record this so that we can share it with the other gals if they miss something. But I want to get started so that we don't, because, oh my gosh, Therese is like 3 hours ahead of us, isn't she? Okay, yep. So I will try to make this as short and sweet, but
it's okay. My house is still live.
Okay, so I just wanted to start out with a little bit of recognition on you guys because we have a few people who already have some teammates. Chandra, oh, she's on. She welcomed a team member already this month, as well as Taylor and Crystal. They have one team member, and then Chelsea, who I'm not sure if she's going to be on tonight or not, but she has 6 teammates and is like really pushing for director this month. So she just needs the sales behind her recruits, and she will be a director, which is the goal for everybody here, right?
Of course.
And of course, Jen is the brand new director on our team. So excited!
Heck yeah!
And since you're on, Jen, I was going to kind of see if you wanted to tell everybody how you kind of pushed and hit director in like 30 days, which is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think the $29 special had a lot to do with that. Just a matter of talking to all my hosts and, you know, reaching out and telling people what Pampered Chef has done for me, and that has been huge. So I think sharing your own personal story helps a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in my case.
What else do you think kind of helped? I mean, I know you had Kristen and I kind of helping, hold on a second, kind of helping guide you along the way, but what else do you think, like the full calendar, what else do you think kind of helped really push towards the end?
Definitely the full calendar. I think I had the last 2 weeks of the month, I had at least 3 or 4 parties running each week. So that definitely helps with your sales to get you, you know, to that $5,000 goal.
Yeah.
And having awesome team members like I do. So.
Well, I mean, look at it. All your gals are on tonight.
I know.
Awesome.
My lovely ladies.
So I know it's Friday night, and I know I don't want to be on a phone call for a ton of time tonight, but so basically I just kind of wanted to talk about what setting yourself up for director really looks like, as far as having a team, having a solid calendar. I have a few things written down, and Jen, feel free to chime in too if you think I've missed something. I'm running slow on fumes tonight. So the full calendar is really where I would say let's start out, because if you have at least 8 shows on the books for the month, that gives you 8 shows with potential recruits. You've got the host, who's your biggest potential to reach out to, especially if they are like a rock star and are posting a ton, and become comfortable talking about the business opportunity with people, because when you're comfortable, you're gonna make that comfortability shine with your hosts, and they're gonna feel more welcome. And then sorry, I hear my kids screaming outside, and my husband just got home. But yeah, so if you have at least 8 shows on the books, and if you do have team members on your team right now, encourage them to have at least 8 shows booked, because that sets them up to be active. And then, so does everybody's like knows the qualifications for director, correct? No, Therese? No? Okay, so in order to become a director, you need 5 people on your team, whether that's like 3 people you've recruited and say your people recruit 2 more, you just have to have 5 within your organization. And each of those people has to be active with $150 in sales as well as you personally have to have 750 in sales. Plus, as a team, you have to have $5,000 in sales. So collectively, all of you just have to be 5,000. And then, and then you're a director like Jen did last month. Sorry, I'm still just completely amazed by you because you did that within like 30 days. So it is just so possible for stuff like that. I mean, yeah.
Hard work and dedication. When you're determined, it makes a difference.
Yes. And one other thing I feel like really helps with that is being consistent, whether it's consistent in your parties with the way you post throughout the day. Because with me, I do like 5-day parties. So each day I'm posting a couple times in the morning, a couple times midday, and then a couple times in the evening. But then really, because I know not all of us, this is my full-time job. So I do have the flexibility throughout the day. Now, some people have full-time jobs, which is totally fine and totally doable with becoming a director. And so just when you have
I'm proof.
Yeah, yes, you are. So when you do have the time, just checking in with your hosts, checking in with your guests, host coaching is huge for successful parties, in my own personal opinion. When your host is super active and they are more involved and they're chatting with their guests, the party is bound to be more successful because it's true that the guests really do want to hear from them more than they want to hear from us. When they are only hearing from us, they feel as if it's more of a sales pitch type thing. And they're like, well, if my friend's not really interested in it, why would I want to be? So host coaching is huge. And we could do another call about host coaching, or maybe I'll do a Facebook live video or something in our Director Bound group on host coaching. What do you think, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I can share.
Definitely.
I know you've been tagging people in the host coaching tips that I have. I'm actually going to work on that this weekend, and because some of it, I used to use that host coaching template for events, but when I switched, I haven't completely updated it. So I think I'm going to update that this week for everybody. And then, I think another big thing on being able to get people to feel comfortable being welcome to your team or wanting to basically join your team is what you put out there into the Facebook world, which is kind of like a personal brand. So what you're putting out there is what people are going to see with you. And if that's negativity or like politics, like all that kind of stuff, just in my mind, I'm not going to go join someone's team if they're always like super down on themselves or they're posting political things like my husband likes to do. So really keeping it upbeat and putting out in the Facebook world what you want people to see and feel about you. Go ahead, Jen.
I used to post all my political opinions, but I've definitely felt I've done better since I have not. So, I mean, that and just staying positive on your Facebook, that just shows your customers, that you're a positive person, makes them want to sell with you or buy with you.
Yeah. And then also making it kind of like an even medium on your Facebook between, so I run my business through my personal Facebook. So like I had started a business Facebook page when I first became a consultant. And for me, I just didn't, I know a lot of people who use them and they are very successful with them. But with me, I was like, I would prefer to just do one thing and have it be what I do. I have a hard time doing Instagram and all that. And so with my personal Facebook, I found it a lot easier to do my business through there, but it's an equal medium of personal versus business, because if you're 24/7 posting about, oh, well, buy this or do this or sign up with me or like stuff like that, you're not going to see very good results. So make it a little more
You're going to get unfriended.
What?
I said you're going to get unfriended.
Oh, or at least unfollowed.
There you go.
But like, if you guys have the products at home, like be using them and posting them. Like today, I probably went a little crazy with my Facebook post, but I was literally cooking half the morning. And I hear Therese is a chef, so that's cool. That'll be great for you. But yeah, just feel free to like throw a few posts in on Facebook of you using like the quick cooker, which I know everybody's gonna have. And did Chandra get hers already?
Yep, she got hers the other day too.
Oh, that's so exciting. Therese, you're next. You're gonna get it. But yeah, so let's open up for a few questions right now. Does anybody have any questions specifically?
Please.
I don't think I really have any, but as far as, well, I'm lying. As far as purchasing items, for us, do we purchase out of I think I've seen like samples or something, or do we purchase like out of the catalogs?
So yeah, so the sample section is great because that is all of our new fall items that we as consultants can get one of each of those samples at a 50% off price. But then if we do want to purchase like another one, it'll be at the normal discounted price.
Okay.
So, and then we don't get commissions off of our personal orders. So say you're like $30 away from hitting a goal, or you have a host or something that's $30 away and you want to help get them there, you can always place an order underneath like a different email, one that's not attached to your consultant number, and you will get commissions off of that. So it's kind of like you're basically paying the discounted price because you're getting the commission from it. But yeah, there's always that option as well. But yes, we do get a great discount as consultants. It's amazing.
Okay, cool.
But then also, I'm sure Jen's already told you all of this. In your first 90 days, you have the chance to hit tons of free stuff. So every $12.50 that you do in sales, you get $100 in Pampered Chef money, and so there's just lots of perks. And I know Jen probably already told you all about that.
Okay. Jen's on her way to earning her second 100.
That's awesome! Oh my gosh!
All right.
So Chandra, I've heard you're like the booking queen. Do you have any tips to give to anybody? Oh no, wait, you're muted. Hold on.
You're muted. There you go.
Sorry, I have my niece over the weekend, so I don't know, I just reach out to people in different parties and just ask them. Like I booked 5 parties off my sister-in-law's party. Just by
amazing.
You know, the ones that Jen sends me, great. But if they don't respond to that one, then I go a little more deeper into, hey, you know, what's up? Like, you know, just talking like I normally do instead of.
You're gonna answer me.
Really?
That's great. No, the determination is definitely what gets you going. And I know some have told me that, you know, they send the suggestions that I'll suggest, and then somebody will, because you can see on Facebook when somebody reads it, but they don't respond. And I'm like, okay, well, you can give them like 24 hours. And if you really want to, I mean, it's always a hesitation on our part on whether or not we feel like we're bugging people. But in all honesty, if we give them the chance to earn a bunch of free stuff, like they're not going to be complaining in the end. So yeah.
That's all it took was getting Chandra booked for a party. She earned over $200 in free products on her party.
That's amazing. Yeah. So with building a team, what concerns and stuff do you guys have? Do you guys have any questions on anything there?
I do. So my sister wants to join, and she's actually having a party now on Facebook, but her party is like, it sucks. So, like, how do I get her to stay motivated, I should say? to join?
So what I would recommend is, so how many people does she have going in her party or invited?
I only see like 40 in there, but she's saying that she added more than that. So I don't know if she added them and they maybe didn't join or declined it. I don't know.
Okay, so one big thing that I always recommend for my hosts is reaching out in like individual personal messages, just to say like, hey, I'm hosting a party right now. It's going to be really fun, or it is really fun. Hope you can join in. And then you can always like, because I know some people are like, okay, well, my party didn't go well. I just don't think this is going to be for me. But if you take a step into it a little deeper and you're able to help them book parties, just say that you book 3 parties off of her party. You can be like, hey, like, I want to give you these bookings. Like, you will now have 3 parties as a new consultant. Like, that's amazing. So you could try doing something like that. Is she being very active in the party?
No.
No.
She's saying that she doesn't know what to do. And I'm trying to like, oh, you got to go and participate. Oh, you have to do this. And it's just like, I don't know if she's scared to. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's super normal for some people to be super timid about stuff like that. Has she ever done any direct sales or anything before?
No.
So I totally understand that. So yeah, I mean, just try to keep her motivated, keep her excited. Gosh, I don't know.
Out of your comfort zone is huge.
Huh?
Stepping out of your comfort zone is huge.
Yes. And it can be very difficult for some people. And so, I mean, I'll share a little bit about myself. When I first started, I had such high anxiety, like to the point, I don't know if I even told you this, Jen, but like we lived in Texas for a little bit, and I would leave to go to the grocery store and my anxiety would be so bad that I would have to literally turn the car around and go home. And so stepping out of my comfort zone with some of the Pampered Chef stuff is actually like helped my anxiety. And not that that's going to be the cure for everybody out there with anxiety, but it's just completely like the support that we have in our upline, the company support. I mean, the perks with this business are just amazing. So I can't ever talk enough about that with people, because I'm like, yeah, great, you have me, you have like upline support, but let's talk about all the free stuff you're about to get. So,
right.
One of my favorite perks.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just try to keep her excited, keep her motivated. I don't know, Jen, have you tagged her in the like daily host suggestions that she can have her do? Okay. And even if those seem like too like scripted out for her to post, like she doesn't want to feel like she's posting something that's so scripted, like have her wing it and totally word it into her own personality and just kind of, I don't know, I think reaching out personally with her guests though would be huge. So maybe we can chat and get like a script that we can have her send out personally to her guests to see if they'll jump in and be a little more active.
Okay.
Good idea.
Any other questions?
Yeah. No.
Chandra?
I don't got any, thank you though.
Okay. So before we get off of this call, so earlier this year, I went to a director's retreat with our higher uplines. And we did this little activity that at the time I thought was super silly, but I was actually telling Jen last night that I reread what I wrote with this activity, and it's actually can be super emotional. And it's basically, so it's setting goals like a year out, and the way you want to word it is as if it's already happened. So Jen, did you write one out today?
I tried.
Okay, so what we did is we basically said, so in March was when our director's retreat was, so we basically said, like, if we were sitting there at Christmas Eve this year, looking back at what we had accomplished over the year, what are we writing down that we have accomplished? So basically, I want you to write as if it's already happened. So like, as I sit here looking back over the year and everything I've done, I'm so happy to say that this, and this. So whether it's paying off credit card debt, or the fact that you've earned a trip, or just little accomplishments that you want to happen in your business, or it can even be in personal life. I mean, part of mine was being able to go out on dates with my husband without having to burden our families of watching our children because we couldn't afford a babysitter. So would it help if I read what I wrote back in March so that you guys can write one out? Yeah, Jen.
Don't cry though, Danny.
I know. It can be
no crying tonight.
Okay, so I'll read mine, and then what we'll do is give a couple minutes for you guys to kind of jot down a little bit of something, and then the point of it is to keep it, save it, so that when you do look back at this point in time in your business, you can look back and see it, all the things that you have accomplished, or even if you were super close to accomplishing it, adding it to your next goal. So I'll read you mine, and then I'll let you guys write one out real quick. So back in March, I wrote, as I sit here looking back at this year, I'm in awe because I achieved so much. I was able to stay home with my kids full-time while also running a full-time online business. I not only pushed my business forward, but I also helped 5 people promote to director and earn themselves a full-time monthly paycheck. I earned an all-expense paid trip to Hawaii for my husband and I, but was also able to pay for my kids to join us on this trip. We were able to pay off all our credit cards while also saving for a down payment on a home that we were going to be on the hunt for in 2019. We never struggled to pay for groceries. We never once had to ask our family for money, and we never had to itemize what we could pay for first or what we had to pay for first in fear of something being shut off due to lack of payment. For the first time in almost 6 years, we are able to have a savings account. For the first time in 6 years, I have the ability to say yes almost every time I see something I know my kids would want / need or just love. I have been able to go on dates with my husband and be able to pay a babysitter instead of relying on family because they are free and we need a break. So looking back over this, I know it's not quite Christmas yet, but I got super emotional when I read this because my husband and I actually have a full-time babysitter now that we don't have to stress like, oh, where's our money going to come from to pay for it? I have earned that Hawaii trip this year, and I not only did it in a year's time, I did it in 8 months. And it's all because I pushed myself with this business. I made it a top priority because I know what this business can do for me, and I know what this business can do for others. And when you change your mindset on just focusing on what it can do for you, and you start offering it to everybody you come in contact with, because it's funny, because I look at it as if we're not sharing this with everyone, our guests, our hosts, our friends, our family, we are being very selfish because this business can do amazing things. And I'm going to throw Jen under the bus because I had been wanting Jen to do this for almost a year, but people do things in their own time, and I feel like it does happen at the right time and the perfect time in someone's life. But it took you 2 months before you had like a $700 party, and as soon as that happened, you were like, "This is happening." And so it takes like one party to
fire lit.
It's literally just like one thing, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, this is happening. And you were able to pay for Elizabeth's back to school clothes, and I'm gonna get emotional on that because I know what that means to you, and that means the world to me. So
don't cry.
Yeah. I do. I get emotional because I see what this business has done for me, and I want that for every single one of you guys. So
exactly.
It's a huge blessing to be able to share this business with people. And when we realize that it's not just our lives that we're changing, we are able to change so many people's lives. And that is just that inspires me, and I hope it inspires you guys. So yeah, I don't know if we want to write those out, or if you guys want to kind of like write those out on your own, and you don't have to share with us. Some of them can be very personal, and I totally understand that. But if you would like to share like tidbits of them on our Director Bound page to kind of share with us a little bit about your guys' lives and what this business is like, what you guys are hoping that this business could do for you. Because I feel like when we do find our why, that is when we focus and get down to the nitty gritty and make this business everything that we want it to be. So, but
totally true.
Yeah. So I'm curious, Jen, where do you see yourself with Pampered Chef next Christmas? Like a year from now.
So next Christmas, I will be either part-time at my job or not working there at all. Just doing Pampered Chef. I will have earned Disney World for my family and all of you girls, because we're all going together.
Yes.
And hopefully living in a house and not this tiny ass apartment. A yard for my daughter, which she's been begging for. So, and it's going to happen. It will happen. It's going to happen.
That's awesome.
Where I'm going to be in a year.
That's awesome. I have no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen because of everything if you keep going the way you did in September, I have no doubt that's going to happen by mid-year next year.
Heck yeah, all over it.
All right. Well, do you ladies want to share anything before we kind of sign off?
I want to be able to have like maybe 2 jobs instead of 4. That would be awesome.
Wow.
4 jobs.
This girl's a rock star, I tell you.
Well, you are doing amazing with all of your parties and bookings. So I have no doubt in my mind that you could probably even go down to just 1 job. So.
Right.
What about you, Therese?
What about you?
So my goal is actually to have a food truck by the summer of next year.
Tell Dad that I'm on a conference call.
Huh?
I'll mute. I muted her.
Oh. To have my food truck by the summer of next year, and to actually get a tummy tuck.
Ooh.
Because I have a mom body and 3 babies. And that's like one of the biggest things I want, because this just like emotionally has taken a toll on me, my body. So, you know, that's like one of my dreams. And to actually quit my job. I'm tired of clocking in at that place every day. So,
under somebody else's time.
Right. Unappreciative, you know. But that's it.
That's awesome.
I'm talking food truck.
Put that on a vision board.
Yeah. It's already there.
I love it. Okay, so my Zoom thing on my screen is literally telling me that I'm about to get signed off without actually signing myself off. So we'll make this pretty quick. So one thing I do want to recommend that each of you ladies are doing is when you're talking to people about the business, or even if you're struggling getting more shows on the books, send me or Jen screenshots of the conversations, and we can kind of help train you on how to work around the objections, because it's totally possible. And just because someone says no thank you, it doesn't mean it's a no forever. It's just a no, not right now. Or we can turn it around and be like, yeah, but I think you really do want to host a party. So, so yeah, we will help with all of that. And I'm excited to see where this business is going to take you, ladies. I have no doubt that you guys are going to be the next 2 rock stars, and all of everybody who's going to end up watching this video. I think everybody is going to be the rock stars of our team. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday night, and we'll chat soon, okay? Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night, ladies.
You too.
Love you, sister.